Hi, my name is Patricia and this is my walkaway video. When I was 20 years old, I began to learn about politics, but growing up, I knew that my parents were Democrats, and in fact, all of my family members were that I am aware of. And so, but I never thought about politics growing up. But when I turned 20 years old, my life changed, and it happened one day when I went to work. And I began to talk with one of my coworkers who was reading her Bible, and I asked her questions about the Bible and what she was reading about, what she was learning about, and she asked me if I wanted to be saved, if I wanted Jesus to come into my heart, and I said yes. And so we went on break together, and I prayed and I asked the Lord Jesus to forgive me for my sins and to come into my heart and to cleanse me. And from that moment on, my life changed. But also during that time, and that was during an election year, I also began to learn about politics for the very first time. And so I learned about both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. It was also during that time that I listened to Christian radio. That was the first time I began listening to Christian radio. And I turned to a black Christian radio station, and they talked a lot about the Democratic Party and how we should vote for this person and this person. And anytime they would talk about a Republican or the Republican Party, it would be very negative. And I also found another Christian radio station, and that was Bott Radio. And the thing I appreciated about Bott Radio was that it presented both sides, and it gave the listener an opportunity to think about what they were voting for and for whom they were voting. And also on Bott Radio, I learned quite a bit about abortion and just the effect that it was having on the African American community and upon our country as a whole. And I began to research, and I found an organization called Missouri Right to Life, and I called them and talked to them. And shortly thereafter, I joined an organization called Black Americans for Life. And we would research abortion and research how we can help women and things like that. But to my surprise, even going and talking to some churches and other Christians, I was just taken aback by the fact that many Christians still voted for the Democratic Party, and I could not understand that. So when I began to learn more about the Democratic platform, not only were they in support of abortion, which is a taking of human life, they were in support of homosexuality, they were in support of welfare, they were in support, well, they were not in support of school choice, and the fact is that many parents would like the choice to send their child to the school that they want to send them to, and they would want that money to follow their own children, because they might want to send them to a Christian school, a private school, or wherever, or just to a different district altogether. And so the Democrats were not in support of that. And as I began to kind of learn about the Democratic Party, just moving up in time up to 2012, if everybody remembered, the Democrats had a vote, and they were voting as to whether or not to take God out of their platform. And it was just really funny because many people wanted God out of the platform and some people did not. But I'm thinking to myself, would God even be in this platform in the first place? Would he want to be in this platform in the first place? Because you all support abortion and same-sex marriage and transgender and all this business. And I'm thinking God wouldn't want to be in there anyway. So, and that was just so very comical to me. But in any event, this is why I wanted to do my walkaway video, because just learning about both parties, but as a black person being expected to vote for the Democratic Party, you have to really think about what's going on and what both sides are presenting as far as policy. So this is why I wanted to do this video. Anyway, for all those who are listening, who are watching, it's so important that we think about for whom we're voting. We think about the platform, we think about why we're voting this way, because our vote doesn't just affect us, but it also affects our neighbor. It affects the whole country. And so this could be, to me, a matter of showing love to one's neighbor, because I don't want more babies to be killed in abortion. I don't want more people to be stuck on welfare, to be dependent upon the government. I don't want the whole promotion of so-called same-sex marriage and transgender and sharing of restrooms and all this other stuff going on. And so I really care about that, because it does, like I said, it affects my neighbor as well. So I wanted to make this video, and I want to encourage you guys to also look me up. I'm going to be on YouTube. My channel is PS Truth Matters. I also have a website. It's called pstruthmatters.com. And I want to deal with these issues and other issues, especially currently the Black Lives Matter, the racism, the history of America, and other things going on. So do look me up. I look forward to seeing you guys, and just I appreciate your support.